The rumble of motorcycle engines echoes through the darkness as a convoy of fiercely determined riders tears down a lonely stretch of road. The air is thick with the smell of gasoline and rebellion. These are no ordinary bikers. They're the notorious Hells Angels, and loyalty is their #1 rule. So, how does one get into this infamous club? Let's take a ride through this video and find out. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, often known as the HA or Red and White, is a global outlaw motorcycle club with over 6,000 members and 467 chapters in 59 countries. They predominantly ride Harley-Davidson motorcycles. In the United States and Canada, they are incorporated as the Hells Angels Motorcycle Corporation. Notably, many law enforcement and intelligence agencies, such as the U.S. Department of Justice, the Canadian Criminal Intelligence Service, the Australian Federal Police, and Europol, regard the club as an organized crime syndicate due to their involvement in illegal activities, making them the world's largest outlaw motorcycle club with a notorious reputation. But why is a biker club being targeted as an organized crime syndicate? Before we answer that, let's explore the origins of this brotherhood. The Hells Angels story offers a fascinating glimpse into the birth of a subculture that combined a love for motorcycles, a spirit of rebellion, and a quest for brotherhood that in the aftermath of World War II. California saw the emergence of the Hells Angels. It was in 1948 when the very first Hells Angels chapter was established in Fontana, California. The club's inception can be attributed to a group of World War II veterans united by their shared passion for motorcycles, particularly Harley-Davidson bikes. These veterans sought an outlet for the camaraderie and thrill they experienced during the war. Finding it in the world of motorcycle riding. One of the club's early legends suggests the name Hells Angels was inspired by the 1930 Howard Hughes film titled Hells Angels. Arvid Olsen, one of the club's founding members, reportedly appreciated the movie's depiction of daring aviators and chose to add an extra L to Hell, officially becoming the Hells Angels. This distinctive name was accompanied by an iconic winged skull logo that would become synonymous with the club. Early Hells Angels members were drawn to more than just the thrill of riding. They were attracted to the sense of freedom that came with motorcycles, the open road, and a rebellious lifestyle. This lifestyle was marked by their distinct style, including leather jackets adorned with white patches and the practice of riding together in a formation reminiscent of military riding clubs. The use of patches and insignia not only helped members identify each other, but also conveyed a sense of unity and brotherhood, something deeply cherished by the club. As the Hells Angels grew, they began to capture the imaginations of many. They were not just a motorcycle club. They represented a counterculture, a way of life that opposed the norms of post-war society. But how did this bond between brothers lead to violence? As the club grew, so did its reputation for nonconformity and defiance. They were often involved in street brawls and confrontations with other motorcycle clubs and law enforcement, earning a reputation as outlaws. This notoriety only fueled their mystique. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club has gained notoriety over the years due to its involvement in violent events and criminal activities. While not all members are criminals, the club as a whole has faced allegations of organized crime and a reputation for violence. Hells Angels chapters have been repeatedly implicated in criminal undertakings such as drug trafficking, extortion, and arms smuggling. The club's dark associations have led to the conviction of some members for serious offenses, including murder. The Hells Angels also have a storied history of violent clashes with rival motorcycle clubs, including the Outlaws, Bandidos, and Mongols. These confrontations have often escalated into dangerous shootouts, brutal stabbings, and other violent acts. Such rivalries have solidified the Hells Angels' reputation for lawlessness and contributed to their notoriety. The Altamont Free Concert incident in 1969 changed their name forever. This infamous event saw the Hells Angels hired as security for the Rolling Stones. They clashed with concertgoers, resulting in the tragic death of Meredith Hunter, a young man in the crowd. This incident cast a dark shadow over the club, tarnishing its image and serving as a symbol of the darker aspects of the counterculture movement in the 1960s. The tragedy underscored the perils of mixing a rebellious spirit with the raw power and unpredictability of the Hells Angels, leaving an indelible mark on the club's history and its association with violence. The Hells Angels have also faced a series of legal battles involving the prosecution of individual members and entire chapters. These legal confrontations have often revolved around criminal behavior, including drug trafficking and violent activities. Law enforcement agencies globally have allocated significant resources to investigate and bring Hells Angels members to justice. The club's notoriety and associations with organized crime have spurred a relentless pursuit by authorities to curb their illegal activities, leading to arrests, trials, and convictions in an ongoing effort to hold the club accountable for its actions. Did you know that the Hells Angels follow a strict rule known as the Code of Silence? The Code of Silence within the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club is a strict and unwavering principle that mandates members not to cooperate with law enforcement, reveal club secrets, or provide information that could incriminate fellow members. This code is enforced to maintain solidarity and protect the club's activities from legal scrutiny. This makes it exceptionally challenging for law enforcement agencies to gather evidence against the club and its members. So, what does it take to get into this club? The process of becoming a full-fledged member of the Hells Angels involves several important stages and requirements. Prospective members, known as prospects, must meet specific criteria, including possessing a valid driver's license, owning a motorcycle with an engine size of over 750 cubic centimeters, and exhibiting the right combination of personal qualities. The club has strict rules and excludes individuals with certain backgrounds, such as child molesters, those who have applied to become police officers or prison officers, and those with a history of intravenous drug use. However, it is unclear whether these rules are always followed. Becoming a full member is a rigorous process. Prospects must be unanimously approved by the current full members of the club. Before this vote, the prospect usually travels to every chapter within the sponsoring chapter's jurisdiction to introduce themselves to each full patch member. This allows voting members to become acquainted with the prospect and ask questions before casting their votes. A formal induction follows, where the prospect affirms loyalty to the club and its members. The top Hells Angels rocker is awarded at the initiation ceremony, often referred to as being patched. Historically, the Hells Angels have not allowed women to become full members, though they may participate in certain club activities. Even after becoming full members, the patches worn by members remain the property of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, not the individual. Upon leaving the club or being ejected, a member is obligated to return their patches to the club. Additionally, members are required to pay dues, attend mandatory club meetings, and participate in motorcycle runs. Chapter meetings, known as church, are typically held at clubhouses or member residences. Dues and fees help finance club activities, including motorcycle runs and funerals, as well as cover travel costs for club officers attending state and national meetings. Some members may become exempt from paying dues after a specified period of club membership.